All right, what's going on, everybody? We are live for Monday Night Football between the Colts and the 49ers. We are a couple minutes into the game already. We are a minute in. Game is scoreless. The Colts got the ball first. But welcome to the stream, everybody. We got the Colts and the 49ers today on Monday Night Football, and it should be an interesting one. The Colts right now with the football on their own 49-yard line, just converted a 3rd down and 8. Philip Rivers getting the start at quarterback again for the Colts. In his second start since coming out of retirement. Rivers going to look to throw here, and he'll throw outside. Wide open receiver is Josh Downs, and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. He was wide open. And a first down for the Colts. Let me put out a poll. I took the 49ers in this game. I forget the exact score I said. I think I said 21-16, but I'm not completely sure on that, so I will check that in a minute. But the Colts, on the game's opening drive, have the football on the 49er 34. Rivers delayed handoff to Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor going to gain about 3 on the play. All right, be sure to vote in the poll. I took the 49ers. I believe I said 21-16. I think. We'll have to see, though. I'll check in a second. But it's a 2nd and 7 here for the Colts. Rivers in shotgun back to his left. And Rivers going to look to throw. And he can take a shot down the field that is broken up. Looking for Tyler Warren, trying to fit that into a very tight window right in between 3 defenders. And it gets knocked away, and it's incomplete. I mean, hit him in the hands. It was a pretty good throw from Philip Rivers, but Warren ended up holding on through all the contact. Which, I mean, it's pretty understandable considering there's 2 defenders putting a hit on him, a 3rd one in the area as well. But it's incomplete, so it's 3rd and 7. They motion Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield, and he winds up as a receiver. So it's 3rd and 7 from the 31. Rivers looks to throw. Flag comes in at the snap. Underneath, he finds Pittman, who's open, has a first down, and Pittman down to the 18-yard line, but a flag flies. So we'll have to see what the penalty marker is. Hey, how's it going? We've got an illegal formation here. One of the linemen for the Colts winds up too far off the line of scrimmage. So it wipes off the conversion, and it's now 3rd and 12. It's against their left tackle, Travis. You have the 49ers 23-20. Okay, I think I took the I know I took the 49ers. I believe I said 21-16. But I'll check that in a minute. So 3rd and 12 here. Rivers in shotgun back to his left. Rivers going to look to throw. Steps up. Rivers throws underneath that pass. Caught by Downs, and he's close to another first down. And he's going to be very close. I think he got that. Yeah, they're going to move the sticks. Another nice play right there. And the Colts move the chains. I think Rivers has a good game. I could see that. Got off to a pretty nice start. Rivers so far 49 yards. Here's a throw to the outside for Tyler Warren. He gets a block and gains about 2, maybe 3. So it brings up 2nd down here. So it's 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard pickup on the screen. Rivers in shotgun back to his left. They motion Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. Think they got a free play here. Rivers takes a shot. End zone. Call for a touchdown. Alec Pierce makes the catch. And the Colts get on the board first. They take advantage of the free play. And Rivers finds Alec Pierce on a 20-yard touchdown. And the Colts go right down the field. And got the game's first points. What a drive for Phillip Rivers. Definitely did not expect him to come out and look that good. But a nice throw from Rivers, nice catch from Alec Pierce. And it's a 9-play, 72-yard drive. They take 4:29 off the clock. And the Colts on the board first as they take the opening kickoff and go right down the field. And they take the lead. Alright, let me check my score prediction while they're at commercial now. Mm, 24-16. I thought I said 21. So it's 24-16. That's my score prediction for the game. I took the 49ers to beat the Colts. Although, I also didn't expect Phillip Rivers to come out and play like this. So, if he does, maybe that can change things. But Rivers on that drive, 5 of 7, 73 yards and a touchdown. That's already over half the amount of yards he had last week, where he threw for 120. But a great drive there for the Colts. '49ers defense is not that great. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're not terrible either. Like, I feel like they've played pretty well, despite all the injuries. But, I mean, they're not, like, elite. But that opening drive, 73 passing yards, 9 rushing yards. Even though it was technically only a 72-yard drive, because that also includes the yards they got after the penalties. But the 49ers will get the ball for their first possession when they come back from commercial. So the 49ers get it for their first possession, down 7-0, with about 10.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Phillip Rivers, a really good first drive. Finished 5 of 7, 73 yards and a touchdown. This kickoff is headed towards the sideline. It's going to be fielded by Brian Robinson at the 7. And Robinson on the return crosses the 30 and will get it to the 31. So that is where Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense will take over for their first possession, trailing by 7, as the defense allows the Colts to go right down the field on the game's opening drive. Phillip Rivers last week only threw for 120 yards. Today he's already thrown for 73. 49ers start their drive with a handoff to McCaffrey, and he picks up 4 on the run right up the middle. McCaffrey, he's had such a strange year. He is one of the leading rushers in the NFL, but his longest run is like 20 yards, or less than 20 yards. I think it's like 17 yards. It's really crazy. Pulling up the numbers right now. But it's a 2nd and 6. Purdy gonna look to throw, and he throws over the middle of that pass. Is tightly contested but caught by George Kittle to the 40-yard line. And a first down for the 49ers. Brock Purdy very lucky. Kittle able to come away with that because there was multiple defenders in the area. But McCaffrey, so he's not quite as good as I thought. But 922 yards on the season. But his longest run is 20 yards. So 1st and 10 here from the 39. Play action here. Purdy looks to throw, gets pressured, and he checks down to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey is wrapped up after getting about 5, maybe 6 yards. As we reach 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So 2nd and 4, they gave him 6 there on first down. Purdy in the pistol, McCaffrey is behind him. And he turns around, hands off to McCaffrey to the right side. Got space, McCaffrey with a first down, gaining 8 yards, maybe 9. And moving the 6 for the 49ers. A good opening drive for them, answering the Colts' opening drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 25-yard line. Purdy in shotgun. Hands off. McCaffrey to the right side again. And McCaffrey trying to turn the corner, unable to do so. And he's forced to bounds after getting just about 2. But in terms of yards per carry, the 49ers, the 2nd worst in the league at 3.5. And the Colts actually the best in the NFL, allowing 3.7. Oh, sorry, that's offensive stats. Never mind. The Colts lead the NFL. Wait, that can't be right, though. 3.7 yards a carry does not lead the NFL. Maybe that is defensive. I'm not sure. That stat doesn't make much sense. But 2nd and 8 here, Purdy looks to throw. Has time, throws, end zone, caught for a touchdown! Brock Purdy with a nice throw as he finds DeMarcus Robinson for the touchdown. And the 49ers answer the Colts' opening drive touchdown with a touchdown drive of their own. And it's a 22-yard touchdown. We're about to be tied up at 7. And what a start for each offense. Both teams a nice drive and a 20-plus yard touchdown. It's a pretty similar thing, though. Both teams touchdown roughly 20 yards, and they throw it to receiver running a post. But the extra point is good, and we're tied at 7. What a start for each offense. The Colts go right down the field. The 49ers go right down the field. And it's 7-7, just over halfway through the quarter. But that drive for the 49ers, they went 6 plays, 69 yards. Took 3:17 off the clock. And while they're at commercial, I want to pull up that stat that they were just talking about. Because the 49ers, that makes sense that they're the 2nd worst in the NFL in terms of rushing yards. Or yards per carry. But the Colts, they're 5th best in the NFL. 4.8 yards per carry. The 49ers actually, according to this, dead last. I don't know what they were looking at on their stat. But the 49ers at 3.5 yards per carry. Maybe they were talking about run defense? Is the Colts' run defense good? Okay, yeah, the Colts... Oh, that makes sense. The Colts' run defense is best in the NFL. Allowing 3.7 yards a carry. That makes a lot more sense. Although I just thought that'd be better. I feel like 3.7 yards a carry. Like, yeah, it's good, but like, I feel like an elite run defense is allowing less than 3.7 yards a carry. Am I crazy? Last year, the best run defense was the Ravens, who had 3.6. The year before was the Patriots, who had 3.3. Now, that's an elite run defense. Then the Titans and 49ers the year before at 3.4. In 2021, it was the Saints allowing 3.7. In 2020, the Buccaneers allowed 3.6 yards a carry. 2019, the Buccaneers and Jets allowed 3.3 yards a carry. 2018, the Texans allowed 3.4 yards a carry. So yeah, it definitely seems like it's not an elite year for run defenses, but I mean, it's still pretty good. Is McCaffrey still with the 49ers? Yeah, he's still with them. Did a couple nice runs there on that opening drive. So they're back from commercial here. The Colts will get it back, with the game now tied at 7. 7:14 to go in the first quarter, and the kick is away, will be returned from the 9. And on the return, we'll get to the 20. Oh, ball came out! The ball is out to recover by the 49ers! They recover at the 27-yard line, and the 49ers with a huge forced turnover there on special teams. The 49ers get the ball right back as Abdullah fumbles the kick return. Yeah, it just gets punched out. And then somebody able to come up with it. That is a huge play in the first turnover of the game. The 49ers don't have it deep inside Colts territory. So the ball is spotted on the 26-yard line. Purdy going to look to throw on first down. And Purdy throws underneath that pass caught by Kittle for a gain of 12 and a first down. Purdy pretty good on that first drive, threw for over 50 yards. 3 of 3 passing, also obviously threw the touchdown. And now another 12 yards for Purdy right there. After George Kittle's catch of 29, I believe they said, on first down. Those are on the first drive. It is the 6th straight game with a catch of at least 20 yards. That is the longest streak of his career. That's pretty good. So from the 14, a handoff here to McCaffrey to the left side, and McCaffrey fights through a tackle and gains 6. Brings up second down. They actually only gave McCaffrey 5 on first down. So it's 2nd and 5 with 6 minutes to go. Purdy in shotgun. They bring Kittle in motion. And he winds up in the backfield to the left of Purdy. They hand it off to McCaffrey with Kittle leading the way. And McCaffrey out of bounds after getting a 4. Maybe 5. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So it's 1st and goal here for the 49ers. Brian Robinson is the back. They bring Juszczyk in motion. And they hand it off here. Robinson up the middle. And Robinson taken down after getting just a yard. That brings up 2nd and goal here. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. So it's 2nd and goal. 2nd. 2 goal. 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 2 go Kyle Shanahan calls timeout. I thought he was going to go call timeout, and they showed him running down the sideline. But it's the first timeout's been by either side in the first half. It comes with 4:34 to go in the first quarter before a second and goal for the 49ers. The 49ers, I believe, will clinch a playoff spot if they win. Maybe they've already clinched a playoff spot after the Lions lost yesterday. I can't remember. But it's second and goal here for the 49ers. Purdy looks to throw. Purdy throws underneath. Caught. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. Purdy with his second touchdown of the first quarter. And the 49ers capitalize off the turnover. And they're about to be up 14-7. It's a 2-yard touchdown catch for McCaffrey. And it'll be 14-7 after the extra point with 4:43 to go in the first quarter. 4:33 to go in the first quarter. But they go 5 plays, 26 yards, and they get points after the fumble on the kickoff. And it's now 14-7 as the extra point is good. But let's see. I want to check the scenario for the 49ers. Oh, so they actually have clinched a playoff spot. They clinched a playoff spot yesterday after the Lions lost to the Steelers, which doesn't technically eliminate the Lions, but they need a lot of things to go their way. Especially because they don't have the head-to-head with the Packers. I don't even know how it's possible for the Lions to make the playoffs. They play the Vikings and the Bears. The Bears have clinched a playoff spot. And the Packers, they play the Ravens and Vikings. I'll get to the Colts in 1 second. But so I guess the Lions can get to 10-7, and if the Packers lose out, they'll be 9-7-1. That would be hell. But I don't know. It seems kind of unlikely for the Lions. The Colts. Can the Colts make the playoffs? I guess they could. I don't really think it's that likely. They've obviously got the 49ers today, and they've got the Jaguars and Texans. Oh, wow, that's a tough remaining schedule. But if they win out, they'll be 11-6. And they would... I don't think they'd have the tiebreaker over the Texans. I mean, they could make the playoffs. Actually, I don't even know. I don't think they will, but... I mean, technically it's possible. Rooting for Rivers, experience and wisdom on his side. He does have a challenge here, but also wants to prove himself in his monumental comeback. Wish them luck. Yes, I'd be rooting for Rivers as well. I mean, I don't really have a preference who wins this game, but I do want to see Philip Rivers play well. So the kickoff is away. And return here from the 4-yard line. Got to make sure they don't fumble this time. Instead, he's going to break a tackle and get it to the outside to the 35-yard line. And a nice return right there for the Colts. And now we'll see what their offense can do for their second possession. Colts starting center Tanner Bordolini. Might have said that wrong. But he's out for the game with a concussion. Still be playing with a second string center. But it's a 1st and 10 here for the Colts. 4:28 to go in the first quarter. And Rivers in the offense at the 34-yard line. They motion Tyler Warren out wide. Rivers, underneath that pass, is caught by Josh Downs. And he picks up 7. A good quick completion right there. Actually, they're going to have 8 on first down. To make it 2nd and 2. So 2nd and 2. Rivers and shotgun back to his left. And a handoff here. Taylor up the middle. And Jonathan Taylor now run gains 5. And a first down. And I think they also just put up a stat that said that touchdown pass for Phillip Rivers came on a free play. Because the 49ers jumped off sides. And I think they said that was the first free play touchdown that Phillip Rivers has thrown in his career. That's kind of crazy. But it's 1st and 10 from the 47. Rivers and shotgun back to his right. Rivers looks to throw. Has time. Throws underneath. It's knocked down and incomplete. Trying to get it to Josh Downs. And it's 2nd and 10. Colts want a flag. But there is no flag. Yeah, that's kind of an impressive stat. For somebody who played in the NFL for, I don't know, 15 plus years. Not to throw a single free play touchdown? I mean, they took it away really quickly, so maybe I misread it, but I think that's what it said. Rivers last week averaged completions distance 1.4 yards. On the opening drive was 7.3. Here's a throw over the middle. That pass is going to be caught for a gain of about 10 and a Colts first down. As they get it to set in Ogletree. But it's been a pretty good game so far for Phillip Rivers, up to 92 yards on a touchdown. Rivers in shotgun with the back to his right from the 42-yard line. Plays selected so far for the Colts, 10 pass plays, 3 run plays. Rivers looks to throw. Rivers steps up, throws downfield, it's too high, and incomplete. I believe he's looking for Ogletree again. And it brings up 2nd and 10. We got 2:20 to go in the first quarter. A 14-7 49er lead. So Rivers in shotgun, Taylor to his left. Rivers looks to throw. Has time, throws over the middle of that pass, caught by Alec Pierce to the 25-yard line. And a first down for the Colts. Another 17 yards there. And Phillip Rivers throwing the ball really well so far in this game. Yo, I have Alec Pierce in fantasy, but I think I dropped him. Because I figured he wasn't going to do much. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped him. So I didn't think they'd really throw the ball deep to him. That's now 2 catches for him, one of them touchdown. But it's 1st and 10 from the 25. Rivers flips this to Josh Downs on the end around, and Downs is chopped down after getting about a yard. Yeah, Alec Pierce, I dropped him. He's already at 11.7 points. Maybe I should have kept him on my team. But it's a 2nd and 7 here. Rivers up to 109 yards. That's 11 shy of matching what he did last week. So 2nd and 7. Rivers throws outside, caught by Downs. And Downs makes a move, and he's thrown out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Another first down for the Colts, and it sets them up 1st and goal with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. You kept Pittman on the bench, but you lost in the playoffs, so it doesn't matter. Oh, that stinks. Bad day for you to pick the under. Yikes. Yeah, definitely looks like that so far. 21 combined points in the first quarter. So 1st and goal, handoff, Jonathan Taylor up the middle, and bouncing off defenders. And Taylor going to pick up 4. A flag is down. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. I hope you had a good weekend. I did. How about you? We got a hold here against the Colts, so that'll back them up 10. Glad to hear it. Yours was too. Exhausting, got a lot done. Now it's time to relax. Nice. So it's 1st and goal here for the Colts, but they're not going to run another play before the quarter ends. So we enter the second quarter. It is 14-7 as the 49ers lead the Colts. But the Colts have it 1st and goal, or 2nd and goal. Right? I don't know. I think it's 1st and goal. From the 18-yard line. You've got the 49ers defense. You have a chance to win, or are you down by a lot? You lost anyway. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, everybody in my matchup has finished so far. Your opponent scored like 150. Wow. Yeah, I'm in the championship right now. And right now I'm up 139 to 134. Hopefully I can stay in the lead next week. But it's 14-7 as we enter the second quarter. A very high-scoring first quarter, 21 combined points. And the Colts with 140 total yards, the 49ers 95 in that first quarter of play. Both teams well over 7 yards per play. But it's been a pretty entertaining game so far. But we'll see what the Colts can do here. They've got it from the 18-yard line. I believe 1st and goal. Is it 1st and goal? Yeah. Last week, Rivers threw for 120. Tonight he's already thrown for 121 in the first quarter. Rivers looks to throw here. Throws underneath that pass. Is deflected and incomplete. Trying to find Tyler Warren on a drag route. But it brings up second and goal from the 18. So second and goal from the 18. Rivers hands off to Jonathan Taylor up the middle. And Taylor not much. Just about a yard or two. And it brings up third and long. It's third and goal from the 16. And let's see what the Colts can do. It's been an 11-play, 50-yard drive that's taken 5:04 off the clock so far for the Colts. Got the ball's third and goal from about the 16-yard line. Rivers in shotgun. Rivers going to look to throw. Rivers throws over the middle. It is called for a touchdown. Alec Pierce again. And Rivers with his second touchdown pass. And the Colts about to tie it up. Wow, what a throw from Phillip Rivers. You know what? Maybe the Colts can make the playoffs. I mean, it's still going to be tough for them, but man, Phillip Rivers looks pretty good. And they call pass interference against the 49ers as well, but the penalty gets declined. And the Colts, they have now scored touchdowns in both their offensive drives. "12 plays, 66 yards. And the extra point, a high snap, but it is good. But we're tied at 14. (14-14) with 14:15 to go in the first half. But man, Phillip Rivers 10 of 15 for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. I've seen enough give Rivers MVP. I know, really. I mean, this guy looks great. And definitely did not expect the Colts to come out and score this much right away. But the Colts now with 158 total yards, and they're 3 of 3 on third down. And then Alec Pierce has 3 catches for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. That actually doubles his touchdown total on the season. Coming into the game, he had 2 touchdowns on the year. He's got 2 more today. Alec Pierce, I believe, also leads the NFL in yards per catch at 20.1. I think he also led the NFL in yards per catch last year as well. Yeah, he leads the NFL this year. Yeah, last year he was also first in the NFL at 22.3. And then the year before that he was 9th at 16.1. But he has become one of the better deep threats in the NFL. But they're back from commercial here. The 49ers will get the ball back. Game now tied at 14. So the kick is away. Will be returned here from the 4-yard line. And on the return, make a guy miss. Now trying to get to the outside. And able to get there. And taking that at the 31-yard line. So that is where the 49ers will take over with the game tied at 14. After a pretty solid return right there from Sky Moore. And we got an injured player down after the kick return. Hopefully they're okay. And they're going to go to commercial again. Bob's hopefully the injured player is okay. But we'll see the 49ers offense back on the field. 2 touchdown drives. The first one 6 plays, 69 yards. The second one 5 plays, 26 yards. As they were able to capitalize off the fumble and the kick return. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Obviously, hopefully the injured player is okay. So far, results in the poll, 67% of you guys said the 49ers won, 33% have said the Colts. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. My prediction was the 49ers by a score of 26-20. So they're back from commercial. It is JT Tuimoloau, the rookie from Ohio State, as the injured player, as he gets helped off the field, so hopefully he's okay. The 49ers start this drive with a run from McCaffrey. He's got a good run, gaining 10, and actually make it 13 for McCaffrey and a first down. One of the least efficient rush offenses in the NFL against one of the most effective run defenses, but McCaffrey runs for 13. So 1st and 10. McCaffrey motions out of the backfield. And Purdy going to look to throw here. And he throws over the middle. That pass is broken up off the hands of Juwan Jennings. And it brings up 2nd and 10. I believe that is the first incompletion of the game for Brock Purdy. That is definitely one that should have been caught. Hit him right in the hands. So 2nd and 10. Purdy fakes it to McCaffrey, looks to throw, and he throws over the middle. That pass is caught for another 13 yards as he finds Kendrick Bourne, and the 49ers move to 6. Both these offenses look really good to start this game. Both teams throwing the ball really well, especially the Colts, but Purdy's got it off to a nice start as well. We got play blown dead here. Oh, the Colts are challenging that he caught the ball. I mean, this is tough because he catches it on the ground, so there's no opportunity for him to make a football move. I'm not sure. I think this should stand, but this will be an interesting call. Because, I mean, the definition of a catch, you got to get the control the ball 2 feet, which obviously he's down. But I just don't know how you can make a football move if you're already on the ground. That doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I think this is a catch. He makes the catch. Then he gets touched down. And then the ball hits the ground. I don't know. I mean, this is... I can understand it. If it's overturned, I just think it should stand. But the Colts, they challenge it. Anyone see the injury on the kickoff return? I did not see it. I don't know if they showed it. I did not see it, though. Looked like he was holding, like, his... I think it was his left arm or elbow. I did not see the physical injury, though. Yeah, no problem. So they're back from commercial here, and let's see. Does this catch stand? So we did not complete the catch. The Colts win the challenge. And apparently Phillip Rivers said it's supposed to be 3rd down. So it is 3rd and 10. Apparently it's saying 2nd and 10. But 3rd and 10, it's the first 3rd down the 49ers have faced all game. Brock Purdy today started 5 for 5, now back-to-back in completions. So it's 3rd and 10. The 49ers converting 3rd down at a 63% rate over their last 2 games. On the season, 49% is 2nd best in the NFL. This is a really good 3rd down offense. So it's 3rd and 10, an empty backfield for Brock Purdy. They bring McCaffrey in motion, and Purdy going to look to throw. Purdy steps up. Purdy going to try to run here, and Purdy is going to be close to a 1st down. Going to depend on the spot. I think he might be about half a yard short, and they are going to mark him short. It's 4th and 1. I think he might go for this if you're the 49ers. Let's see. Purdy's got to get to the 47. Yeah, he's definitely down short. So it's 4th and 1 from the 48. They're going to use check in motion, and he's going to push Purdy for a 1st down. So they go with the sneak on 4th and short, and they move the sticks. And it's a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Or the 46. So 1st and 10. Purdy is under center. McCaffrey is the back. And they'll hand it off to McCaffrey to the left side. McCaffrey breaks the tackles into the secondary. McCaffrey tripped up at the 28-yard line. Nice run right there from McCaffrey. And another 49er 1st down. Both these offenses look really good. 49ers also running the ball really effectively. Here's another run play. McCaffrey this time, not much, got just a yard. So it'll bring up 2nd and 9. The 49ers worst in the NFL in the year, 3.5 yards a carry. But tonight they're at 6.3 yards per carry. Against the best run defense in the NFL in terms of yards allowed per carry. 3.7 for the Colts. So it's 2nd and 9. Purdy going to look to throw. And he throws underneath to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey breaks one tackle. And he fights through another tackle for a gain of 10 and another 1st down. McCaffrey going to come out of the game here. McCaffrey already 75 total yards and a touchdown in this game. Handoff, Brian Robinson up the middle. And Robinson picks up about 5 yards. And not a 1st down. He picks up 5 yards on 1st down. And McCaffrey now back into the game. So Purdy under center. McCaffrey is the back. 9-play, 58-yard drive so far for the 49ers. Play action. Purdy rolling right on the run. Purdy throws. End zone. Caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle with the catch. And the 49ers about to go up 21-14. So with 9:36 to go in the 1st half. Both these offenses really firing on all cylinders here. A nice play by Purdy, just keeps extending the play, rolling to his right as he buys time, and eventually able to find Kittle in the back of the end zone. And it's also a nice throw because it's a pretty tight window with 2 defenders in the area. But a nice throw, and it's a 10-play, 69-yard drive to take 4:39 off the clock. And it's 21-14. This game's been really good so far. Looks like he might be in for a shootout. At least we have offense after this college football weekend. Yeah, that's true. Especially watching Miami and Texas A&M. One touchdown in that game. We've seen 5 touchdowns in 21 minutes here. But the Colts will get it back. We've seen a touchdown scored every drive so far. 49ers with 3, Colts with 2. And Brock Purdy's thrown 3 touchdowns already. He's 7 of 9 for 89 yards and 3 scores. But both teams over 7.5 yards per play and over 150 total yards. Now let's see if that can continue. But the Colts will get it back. We'll see what Phillip Rivers can do this time. Both touchdowns for the Colts have gone to Alec Pierce so far. Hold on 1 second. So far, results in the poll, 64% of you guys said the 49ers will win, 36% said the Colts. Be sure to vote if you've not already done so. We're back from commercial. The 49ers set to kick it off. Well, there goes your prediction already. What did you say? Oh, 23-20. Well, I mean, technically still possible. This kick can be brought out from about a yard deep in the end zone. And it ends up being a pretty good decision getting to the 34, although a flag is down. And this one might come back. We have 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. And it is a hold going against the Colts. So it backs him up 10 yards. Well, this is a crazy stat. Phillip Rivers has a passing touchdown on the first 2 drives for the first time since 2012. That's a crazy stat. But it's 1st and 10 here from the 20. Rivers throws underneath for Jonathan Taylor. And Taylor dancing around, he swung down after in a 5. Makes it 2nd down. But a pretty pass-heavy approach so far for the Colts. Really for both teams, though. More so for the Colts. The 49ers a little bit more balanced offensively. And both teams with exactly 164 total yards after that pass play. So Rivers in shotgun back to his left. Rivers looks to throw. Rivers gets pressured. Rivers gets sacked. The 49ers with the least sacks in the NFL. They had just 16 coming into the game, which was non-fewer than any other team. They showed that stat a few minutes ago. Or really a few plays ago. But they get to Rivers right there for the first time. And it's 3rd and long. The pocket just collapses for Phillip Rivers. And he actually fights through a double team to get the sack. Impressive work right there. But Rivers is a guy where you got to make sure you can protect him, because not exactly going to be one to run away from a defender, especially at 44 years old. Well, they're going to try to scramble here. Rivers on the run. Throws caught by Pittman, makes the catch, avoids a defender, and Pittman is down short of the 1st down. Brings up 4th and 2. That's crazy, though. Right as I say Rivers doesn't want to really extend the play with his legs, he does exactly that. And he's able to find Michael Pittman. But Pittman does end up short. So it is going to be the first punt of the day for either team. It's the first drive where we don't see a touchdown scored in this game. And the punt from Sanchez away drives Sky Moore back to the 17, where he calls fair catch. So the 49ers back with the football at the 17-yard line, up by 7 after a 55-yard punt. It jinxed him. Yeah, it must have jinxed him. Phillip Rivers proves us wrong. But after 5 consecutive touchdown drives to start the game, it is a punt for the Colts, and the 49ers get the ball back up by a touchdown. Rivers running out of the pocket made you laugh so hard. I mean, he looks hilarious running. He's so slow. I wonder what he actually weighs. I know they asked him a few weeks ago when he just got signed, and he said he had no idea. I wonder what his playing weight actually is. Do they have it listed on here? They have him listed at 228. There's no way he's 228. He was asked about his playing weight when he got signed, and he said it wasn't what it was when he retired after the game in Buffalo in his final game. But I don't know. I think he's bigger than 228. But they're back from commercial here. Purdy under center. McCaffrey is the back. From the 17. Purdy looks to throw. Purdy gets pressured. Purdy got hit. Ball came out, but it went right to a receiver, and he's going to run for about 3 on the play. The tight end Farrell got it. The 49ers very lucky about that. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a fumble, but whatever it is, it got caught by the tight end Farrell, and he's able to pick up 2 on the play. So 2nd and 7. Purdy in shotgun, going to look to throw here. Purdy, going to take a shot down the sideline from McCaffrey, incomplete. No body shaming, guys. He's still got weight. Gives him distance. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's still playing well, regardless of what his weight is. Having a good game so far. So Purdy in shotgun, McCaffrey to his left. There's a 3rd and 7 right here. And throw to the outside. That's caught by Kittle for a first down. Oh, we got a flag down. So let's see here. We got hands to the face against the defense. The penalty gets declined, and we'll take the result of the play. At the first down for the 49ers. He's got more power behind his passing. Yeah, that's definitely true. But it's 1st and 10 here. A 3rd down conversion for the 49ers. They got the ball on their own 33. Toss to McCaffrey to the left side. And McCaffrey, this time not as much. He'll gain about 2, maybe 3 yards. So it brings up 2nd and 7. 5:45 to go. In half number 1. 49ers up by 7. Purdy looks to throw here all kinds of time. And he zips one over the middle, and it's caught by Sky Moore to the 41-yard line. And another 1st down for the 49ers as they get it inside Colts territory. At the 41. Really good blocking up front right there. Purdy had all day. And he picks up 23. So 1st and 10 from the 41. Bring a receiver in motion and a toss to McCaffrey again. Mixed man missed in the backfield. And McCaffrey only able to gain 2, maybe 3 this time. Playing weight goes up with age. Yeah, it definitely seems like that's the case for Rivers. But it definitely makes sense. So it's 2nd and 8 here for the 49ers. Brian Robinson is the back. And they fake it to him. Purdy throws up the seam, and it's caught by Kittle again. He's had a very active first half. And another 1st down for the 49ers. A pickup of 17 on the play. George Kittle, 5 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown so far. He's over on the bench here. Purdy looks to throw. Throws outside, and it is going to be caught by Kendrick Bourne for another 1st down. As picks up about 11. An 8-play, 71-yard drive so far for the 49ers. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They bring Jennings in motion and toss it to McCaffrey right up the middle. And McCaffrey gains 4. Apparently Kendrick Bourne, after that last catch, put him over 500 yards on the season. And earned himself a $500,000 bonus. It was 2nd and 5. Purdy, swing pass, McCaffrey. And he's got nowhere to go after the catch. Taking down at the line of scrimmage. Makes it 3rd and 5. And that's also going to bring us a 2-minute warning here in the first half. But 21-14 at the 2-minute warning of the first half, and the 49ers looking to potentially extend that lead. with the ball inside the red zone. As they've got it with a 3rd and 5 from the 7-yard line. Hold on 1 second. Alright, but we wait for them to come back from commercial at the 2-minute warning here in the first half. So far, results in the poll, 58% of guys said the 49ers will win, 42% have said the Colts. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. But they're back from commercial. A 7-point 49er lead, potentially more, after the next few plays. So it's 3rd and 6. Purdy in shotgun. McCaffrey to his right. Ball on the 7-yard line. 49ers also get the ball to start the second half. Purdy looks to throw. End zone. Kittle. Oh, he almost caught it one-handed. But it's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 6. And the 49ers going to settle for 3. So it's a 25-yard field goal attempt for the 49ers to put them up by 10, and it is good. But the Colts, they've still got a minute 21 to work with. No, sorry, minute 51 to work with, and all 3 timeouts. So they've got plenty of time to try to put a drive together, and even if you're only getting a touchdown, make it a touchdown game. Or sorry, only getting a field goal, make it a touchdown game. But a touchdown here makes it a 3-point game. And you definitely want to get some points, considering the 49ers do get the ball to start the second half. Philip Rivers is definitely someone who knows how to operate a 2-minute drive. He's done that many times throughout his career. Plus, I mean, the Colts, they got a ton of time. Minute 51, 3 timeouts. The kick here goes into the end zone, and it will be a touchback as they take a knee. So it will come out to the 35. But Rivers and the Colts offense on the field. Good starting field position at the 35. And we'll see what they can do here. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Play clock winding down. They'll get it off. Rivers going to look to throw. And Rivers going to go deep right away. Downfield, it is incomplete. Looking for Josh Downs, a little bit underthrown. Not really a great throw from Phillip Rivers. Underthrown right there. So maybe the arm strength isn't quite where it used to be, although he's made some pretty good throws in tight windows where he had to throw it hard, so arm strength is still there from that point. Just not maybe throwing the ball deep down the field. Here's a delayed handoff to Jonathan Taylor. And Taylor going to gain 3. So now that's an interesting call, because now it's 3rd and 7. An incompletion would stop the clock. And then that'd give the ball to the 49ers. With still 2 timeouts. And an opportunity to do something for halftime again. But it's 3rd and 7 here. An empty backfield for Phillip Rivers. .105 to go. 49ers rush 4. Rivers throws sideline. It is knocked up in the air and incomplete. Looking for Alec Pierce, but a flag comes in here. It got knocked out of bounds. Looks like this might be pass interference. So they do mark it pass interference. I really don't love the call. Really not a huge fan of that one. But the penalty now puts the ball on the 41-yard line. With 59 seconds left. And it really gives the Colts an opportunity to try to do something here. Rivers looks to throw. Throws outside, caught by Josh Downs. And he gains 15. He's thrown out of bounds with 53 seconds left. And the Colts move the sticks. But a first down there for the Colts. They still got all 3 timeouts. The clock is now stopped as he went out of bounds right there. But it's still plenty of time as they got the ball now on the 27. Rivers under center. And they're going to run the ball here. Taylor up the middle. And he gains 3. Haven't seen Taylor run the ball a ton in the first half. Seven carries, 24 yards. So Rivers and shotgun back to his left. And we got a false start right here. Against the right tackle. I think you got to call a timeout right here to avoid the runoff. Because we're inside 2 minutes. That should come with a 10-second runoff. Rivers not too happy about that one. But it's 2nd and 12. The Colts did use a timeout right there to avoid the runoff. So 2nd and 12 from the 29 after the false start. Downs goes in motion. Rivers looks to throw. Rivers throws the flat for Taylor. He's going to turn inside, and Taylor picks up about 8 yards. And the clock continues to run 25 seconds. Now they call a timeout. So we got 25 seconds left in the first half. Now 1 timeout left for the Colts. Still 2 for the 49ers. Phillip Rivers thrown for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Empty backfield for Rivers here. 3rd and 4 from the 21. Now they motion Taylor into his left. Rivers looks to throw. Steps up. Rivers floats it. It is underthrown and incomplete. Looking for Tyler Warren. But Rivers didn't put enough on the throw, and it brings up 4th and 4. Rivers had some pressure, but was able to step up, have enough time, and he just underthrows it. So it's a 39-yard field goal, and the kick is good for Blake Grupe. Made a 60-yard field goal last week, and makes his first try here. So it's 24-17. A 7-point game. The 49ers also get the ball to start the second half. But let's see what the 49ers do here. They got 2 timeouts, 17 seconds left. I mean, technically still a chance to try to attempt a long field goal try before halftime. But at the same time, they also get the ball to start the second half. Might not want to do anything too risky here. Then you can just take a knee, go to halftime, and then try to get the points after. Rivers 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 14 of 21 passing. He's had a really good first half. So the Colts kick this off here. And it is going to be returned here by Sky Moore from the 4-yard line. Moore on the return. Across the 30 has blockers. Moore across the 40. Taking down to the 41-yard line. Great kick return for Sky Moore. And now if you're the 49ers, you only need like 20 yards and you're in field goal range. So I was going to say you could just take a knee. Not anymore. Now you got to try to go get in field goal range. Brock Purdy's thrown 3 first-half touchdowns for the first time in his career. The long on the season, or on the career for Eddie Pinheiro, the kicker for the 49ers, is 59. So they need a little over 20 yards. From their own 40, Purdy looks to throw. Purdy, well protected, rolling left. Purdy throws. That's going to be caught by Kendrick Bourne, coming back to the ball. He makes the catch, gets it out of bounds with 3 seconds left. Now that's not enough to get into field goal range. They're going to try it anyway. This one would be from 64? Yeah, this is a 64-yard try. Oh, I just realized. Nope, that's right. I thought I had the ball marker at the wrong spot. But a 64-yard field goal before halftime. The kick is on line. If it's got the distance, it's good. It is off the crossbar and no good. So it comes up just short, as they're no good from 64, and it stays a 7-point game at the half. We've seen 41 combined points, which is the most points in the first half of a Monday Night Football game since 2018, with the Chiefs and Rams, and that one of the greatest regular season games of all time. I think that game ended 54-51. That game was amazing. Like, I'll go watch the highlights of that game just like, I don't know, kind of often. Or not like every day, but like, let's put it this way. I've watched those highlights several times. But the 49ers are 9-0 when winning at the half this season. That is the most wins by a team this season without a loss when they're up at the half. But 24-17, 49ers up by 7 and getting the ball to start the second half. So in a pretty good spot. But a very entertaining first half, and hopefully the second half equally as entertaining. But I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom, fill my water, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. So we've got a 24-17 49ers lead at the half. In a pretty entertaining first half. Colts defense is so soft, not physical, getting gassed with the run, no pass coverage, and finally no pass rush. Second half is going to be a bloodbath for the Colts. 49ers pull away big. Yeah, definitely could be the case because the 49ers not having much trouble scoring. And the Colts, they've scored for a little bit. Obviously, 17 points in the first half is pretty good, but if they can't start getting stops, I can definitely see the 49ers running away with this, like you said. But as far as an updated score prediction goes for the game, I originally said 26-20. 26-20 49ers. And as far as updated goes, I'm going to say higher scoring. I'm going to stick with the 49ers, though. They've just been a little bit better. So let's go with the 49ers by a score of... let's see. We'll go 30... 37? 38? Let's say 38... 27. Let's take the 49ers 38-27. So that is the updated score prediction. Then going over some stats from the first half, we'll start off with player stats for the 49ers. Brock Purdy, a great first half. 13 of 17, 165 yards, 3 touchdowns. And it's the first game of his career with a first half with 3 touchdown passes. Then on the ground for the 49ers, McCaffrey, 11 carries for 67 yards. Brock Purdy, 2 carries for 11 yards. Brian Robinson Jr., 2 carries for 7 yards. As a team for the 49ers, that is 15 for 85, 5.7 yards per carry. And they're doing it against one of the best run defenses in the NFL. Despite the 49ers having the least efficient rush offense in the NFL. Then receiving for the 49ers, George Kittle, big first half, 5 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, 2 for 25. Sky Moore, 1 for 23. Demarcus Robinson, 1 for 22 and a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 4 for 17 and a touchdown. And Juwan Jennings, 1 target, but 0 catches. Then for the Colts, Phillip Rivers with a nice first half, 14 for 21, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then on the ground for the Colts, nothing amazing. Jonathan Taylor, 7 carries for 24 yards, and Josh Downs, 1 carry for 3 yards. And then receiving Josh Downs, a great first half, 5 catches for 65 yards. Alec Pierce, 3 catches for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 3 for 33. Drew Ogletree, 1 for 11. Michael Pittman, 1 for 10. And Tyler Warren, 1 for 3. I haven't been impressed with Indy the past few weeks. Going to get roasted in the playoffs. If they even make the playoffs. Yeah, they started off really strong. I mean, injuries definitely played a factor in why they've fallen off a little bit, but yeah, I mean, they're good. They're not great like they were at the start of the year. But I mean, as far as the playoffs go, they might not even make it there because they're 8-6 right now. And the loss will drop into 8-7. I mean, technically they can still make it a 10-7, but not looking like the most likely thing. Right now, they're the first team out. But let's see. Let me play around with something real quick. And go see what would happen. Or what would need to happen for the Colts to make the playoffs. They obviously need to win out, which is not easy with the Jaguars and Texans left in the schedule. But I mean, I do think there's a chance that happens. Yeah, so if they win out and the Texans lose out, they'll be in the playoffs. But it will be interesting. I think they're in the playoffs. I didn't go through all the games. I just put in the results for the Colts. So I mean, there's definitely a chance they lose out in the tiebreakers. But it'll be tight to see if they get in or not. And that is after losing today. I mean, there's still a chance they win today, obviously. But it's really crazy. There might be multiple teams in the NFL to reach 10 wins and not make the playoffs. Last year, the Seahawks were 10-7. They missed the playoffs. And this year, there could be multiple. Oh, wow, that's interesting. The Colts, they've allowed 0 touchdowns in the third quarter of their last 7 games, which is their longest streak since 2005. So that would be pretty big. If they can keep this game right where it is, get the offense on the field, and scoring some more points, they can get themselves right back in this game. I mean, as it is, they're only down by 7. But the 49ers will get the ball to start the second half here. As Blake Grupe kicks off. And it's going to be brought back from the 5-yard line. Robinson crosses to 30. Robinson gets to the 36, maybe the 37. And a nice return right there. If you can't bring it every week, you don't deserve the playoffs. Super Bowl isn't easy to win. Yeah, that's for sure. Very hard to win a Super Bowl because, I mean, one bad game in the playoffs and you're out. So a 1st and 10 for the 49ers. Purdy throws over the middle. That pass caught by Kittle. Another catch for him. That is his 6th catch. Gain of about 15. Puts him over 90 yards receiving. Kittle today, 6 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. Last week, he went 8 for 88 and a touchdown. A handoff here to McCaffrey to the left side for just about a yard. Not much space. So it brings up 2nd and 9. Oh, I just realized I took the ball marker away. I'm not sure why I did that. Supposed to stay like that. Here's a throw to the outside for Demarcus Robinson for no gain as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle in space. Robinson had the touchdown earlier in the game, obviously. So it's 3rd down and 8. 49ers, they're 1 for 3 on 3rd down. They've done a pretty good job avoiding 3rd downs. They're 1 of 1 on 4th down. This could be 4-down territory, depending on how much they get. So Purdy looks to throw. Purdy throws outside. Call 1st down. Juwan Jennings inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. And the 49ers move the chains. Another nice 3rd down conversion. And they move the sticks. So Purdy under center, McCaffrey's the back. That's the fourth play of at least 20 yards for the 49ers. Colts have 1. Purdy play action here, rolling left. On the run. Purdy throws. Kittle again inside the 10. Kittle breaks the tackle down the 4-yard line. Another nice catch for George Kittle. He's now up to 100 yards receiving. And at the 1st and goal for the 49ers. But another nice one for George Kittle. And it sets the 49ers up 1st and goal. Kittle, 7 catches of 115 yards and a touchdown. Handoff here, McCaffrey, no gain. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, which was a 4-yard one. And it brings up 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal. Purdy in shotgun back to his left. Juszczyk goes in motion. Purdy going to look to throw. Purdy pressure rolling to his right. On the run. Purdy looking. Purdy just throws it away. Brings up 3rd and goal. 11:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Colts, they've not allowed a 3rd quarter touchdown in each of their last 7 games. That streak could come to an end right here. So it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Purdy looks to throw. Has time. Purdy, end zone. Caught! Touchdown 49ers. Juwan Jennings makes the catch. Fakes giving it to a fan. And the 49ers hit 30 here in the 3rd quarter. Jennings with a 3-yard touchdown. And the 49ers about to go up 14. With 10:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. Eight plays, 64 yards. They take 4:02 off the clock. And the extra point is good, and the 49ers are up 31-17 early in the 3rd quarter. The streak of not allowing touchdowns comes to a close. Or comes to an end for the Colts. So it's now 31-17, and we'll see how the Colts respond. Definitely not in a great spot at the moment. Hold on 1 second. Just want to check something real quick. I've noticed that, or I think I noticed last Monday's stream, when I was talking, the audio wasn't completely synced up with my video, so I just want to check that right here. No, it looks perfectly fine. Alright, so I'm just making things up now. Yeah. Alright. I thought I was rewatching part of my stream. Was I think last Monday, but looks all good. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Actually, they just got back from commercial. And the Colts will get the football back. Down by 14. Need a touchdown to answer, especially with the way their defense has been playing. The 49ers, they've scored in every drive so far. 4 touchdowns and a field goal. So here is the return on the kickoff. They'll cross the 20, cross the 30, had some space, but he got tripped up. But it's still a pretty good return, and the Colts got the ball back. But Brock Purdy today has got 4 touchdown passes. He's played really well. So 1st and 10. Purdy with his 7th touchdown, or 7 touchdown passes over the last 2 games. That's including last week and this week. Taylor stuffed at the line, no gain. He ran into an absolute wall at the line of scrimmage. And now that there's a flag down, we got unnecessary roughness after the play against the 49ers. So they're going to say, because he tried to punch the ball out after the play was over. But the penalty puts the ball in midfield for the Colts. And Rivers hands off. Taylor up the middle again. And again, not much space. He has really not had anywhere to run the football today. And after a great start to the year for Jonathan Taylor, he's part of the reason the Colts offense is slowed down. Obviously, the Daniel Jones injury doesn't help, but... Alright, here we go. Jonathan Taylor, 15 touchdowns, 114 yards a game, 6 yards a carry in his first 10 games. But in the last 5 weeks, just about 75 yards a carry, wow, that would be impressive. 75 yards a game, just about 3.7 yards per carry. Rivers throws over the middle here, caught by Pittman, swung around and swung down. The ball then comes out at the end. But they will say it is a catch. So it's 1st and 10 from the 35. Another 15 yards there for the Colts. So the 49ers are going to challenge this right here. Yeah, that is definitely a catch. He's got control, got the 2 feet. He takes like 5 steps. This should stand. There's no way this should be overturned. Shanahan 1 for 3 on the season of challenges. So we'll have to see if he makes it 2 for 4 or 1 for 4. I think this should be 1 for 4 because He is... This one looks pretty obvious to be a catch, although you never know. But obviously we'll have to see what they end up rolling, but this should be a completed catch. Hold on 1 second. One second. Alright, but we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Obviously, the 49ers challenge probably be unsuccessful. Although you never know. One second. So far, results in the poll, 57% of you guys said the 49ers won, 43% have said the Colts. Again, be sure to vote if you have not already done so. Although I would assume most of you guys probably said the 49ers as of now. But the challenge is unsuccessful, and the play stands as cold. So 1st and 10, a handoff to Jonathan Taylor, and again, not much space as Taylor wrapped up after a gain of 2 or 3. So 2nd and 7, Rivers in shotgun back to his left. Downs goes across the formation. Rivers looks to throw. Rivers gets pressure. Throws over the middle. Got tipped. And it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Tyler Warren, but the pressure affected the throw. I think a 49er defender got a hand on it. And it's 3rd and 7. So it's 3rd down and 7. Rivers in shotgun back to his right. Play clock winding down. They'll get the play off. Rivers pressured again. Throws underneath. It is knocked down. Incomplete. Looking for Josh Downs. And it's 4th and 7. Upton stout with a nice defensive play. And brings up 4th down. And it'll be a field goal try for the Colts. So they're able to move the ball a little bit. Helped out by a penalty, and then a couple nice plays. But the 49ers, they blitz. They're able to get some pressure on Rivers, affect him on 2nd down and 3rd down. And this one probably should have been caught off the hands of Downs, but he's still going to be well short of the first. So here's Blake Grupe. Made a 60-yard field goal last week. On the year, he's 5 of 8 from at least 50. This is from 51 on the right hash. And Grupe's kick is good. Right down the middle. Plenty long enough. And it's 31-20. with 8:16 to go in the third quarter. So 8:16 to go in the third quarter, an 11-point game. And that a decent drive right there for the Colts. They're able to get points, although at this point with the way it's going, they're going to need touchdowns, not field goals. But they go 7 plays, 33 yards on the drive. The 49ers on their first drive of the half went 8 plays, 64 yards. And you know what? I just realized this. I don't think I ever went over the team stats at halftime, so we'll go over them now. Now that we're 7 minutes through the third quarter as well. But first downs, the 49ers have 20. The Colts have 13. The Colts are 3 of 6 on third down. The 49ers are 3 of 5. The 49ers are also 1 for 1 on fourth down. The 49ers with 314 total yards of offense. The Colts at 212. Niners 7.7 yards in play. Colts 5.9. The 49ers have more passing yards and more rushing yards. And they're also 3 for 4 in the red zone. The Colts are 1 for 1. Penalties, 5 penalties, 35 yards going against the Colts. 2 penalties, 36 yards against the 49ers. 1 turnover in the game. That was a fumble lost in the kickoff early in the first quarter. And time possession 20:08 for the 49ers. 16:36 for the Colts. So that is what the team stats look like. I was usually go over them at halftime, although I forgot this time. So that is what they're like after halftime. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. The 49ers will get it back. Colts really need their defense to step up and get a stop. The 49ers have scored in every drive they've had. So Purdy and the offense will get the ball back. 8:16 to go in the third quarter. An 11-point 49er lead. So the kick going to be returned here by Sky Moore. And Moore makes the guy miss. And he gets to about the 31, maybe the 32 as he falls forward. So it's 1st and 10. 8:10 to go in the third quarter. Purdy's already thrown 4 touchdowns. That ties a career high. 18 of 23 for 227 and 4 touchdowns for Brock Purdy. McCaffrey, nice run here. He goes tumbling for in about 7 on first down. But a nice run right there from McCaffrey and a good start to the drive. Makes it 2nd and 3. The 49ers, alright, technically they haven't scored in every drive because they missed a field goal before halftime. I forgot about that. But otherwise, points in every drive. McCaffrey, up to the 48 here, another nice run. And another 49er first down. And going back to last week's game for the 49ers, they have now 17 straight drives without a punt. That's pretty impressive. They scored 37 last week against the Titans. Already 31 this week against the Colts, with still 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Purdy to throw, has time, throws over the middle. It is a contested catch, but caught by Juwan Jennings to the 33-yard line, and another 49ers first down. But another nice throw and catch. Pretty tight coverage right there. But Jennings with a nice catch as the defender tries to knock it away. Juwan Jennings now 3 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. So 1st and 10. They go back to the ground here. Brian Robinson up the middle. And Robinson a nice run down to the 22-yard line. And a great run there on 1st down. We reach 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. But another 1st down run there for Robinson. An 11-point 49ers lead. So 1st and 10 from the 22. Purdy hands off. Robinson again. This time he's stuffed at the line. Brian Robinson thrown down. So it brings up 2nd and 9. This time Robinson gains pretty much nothing. 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. 49ers over 360 total yards. They're at 361. Colts are at 212. The 49ers, they've scored points in 22 straight quarters. Longest streak in the NFL since 1995. That's pretty impressive. Purdy to throw here. Outside, too high, incomplete. McCaffrey the target. But 22 straight quarters. That's really impressive. I mean, they haven't punted in 17 straight drives, which is last game, this game, probably even going back to the game before that. But 22 straight quarters, that's like a lot. Here's a throw underneath. That pass is going to be caught by Kendrick Bourne, but he's taken down short of a 1st down. Gain of just 2 on the play as he comes back to the ball. And brings up 4th and 7. But 22 quarters, what is that? That is like a lot. Oh, Kittle's a little shaken up after that one. Hopefully he's okay. But a really nice game. But 22 quarters. Obviously, there's 4 quarters in a game. 24 quarters would be 6 games. So 5 games in a row, they've scored in every quarter. That's really good. But another field goal try is good. And the 49ers back up by 14. It's now a 14-point game with 4:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. But let's see this. The 49ers, it's got to be... That's really good. Let's see. Last week they scored 7, 10, 14, and 6 from 1st quarter to 4th quarter. The week before that, they scored 7-3, 7-9 against the Browns, won 26-8. The game before that, they went 7-3, 7-3, and they beat the Panthers 20-9. That came also on Monday night. Then the game before that against the Cardinals, they went 13-12, 10-6, and they beat the Cardinals 41-22. And then even against the Rams, although here's where the streak ended. It was the 1st quarter against the Rams is the last time they have not scored points in a quarter. That was a while ago. They lost that game 42-26. They got shut out in the 1st quarter, but then they went 7-7-12 from 2nd quarter to 4th quarter. And that is a long time the 49ers have gone without being shut out for a single quarter. I mean, all you have to do is have a couple mistakes and something not go right. And you're getting shut out in a quarter. So to see that is actually really impressive. I mean, it is the longest streak since, 1995, I think they said? Somewhere in the 90s? But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Next Monday we get the Rams and the Falcons. That will be an interesting one. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's a great matchup because the Falcons are pretty awful. The Rams are really good, but it's interesting because the Falcons' first round pick belongs to the Rams this year after a trade late in the first round last year. That's insane. The Rams, they could realistically win the Super Bowl and have a top 10 pick in the draft. Genius move by the Falcons to do that. But the playoff picture in the NFC, Kickle's touchback, by the way, to the 35 comes out. The playoff picture in the NFC, the Eagles the only team to clinch their division in the NFL, actually. And the Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, and Bears have all clinched a playoff spot. The NFC South winner obviously guaranteed a spot. That one's still up for grabs. And then the last wild card spot, Packers or Lions, an opportunity for both teams. So 1st and 10, Rivers hands off. Taylor is going to do a lot of running and hard work just to gain 3 yards. Make several guys miss, break a tackle, but all that just for 3. I mean, you would think the pass game today would open some stuff up in the run game, but that has just not been the case. No run game at all for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor's had no space to run. Taylor in his career, 92 rushing yards again. That's 4th best in NFL history. But tonight he's run for just 30. Make it 34 as he runs for another 4 yards here. But the remaining schedules in the West, the Seahawks, they get the Panthers next week, and then the 49ers in week 18. The Rams are at the Falcons and then home against the Cardinals. They should win both those games. And the 49ers, tough schedule, Bears and Seahawks. Right now, the 49ers with a 22% chance to win the West, 33% with a win, just 4% with a loss. Rivers is going to look to throw here. Throws the flat for Taylor. That's actually Abdullah. And he'll pick up 4 and a first down. So 1st and 10 here, 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Rivers in shotgun. Abdullah to his left. This is really the first time we've seen a back in the backfield not named Jonathan Taylor. But from the 47-yard line, Rivers in shotgun. He'll look to throw. Rivers, given time, throws over the middle of that pass, going to be caught. Gain of 8 on the play. Mo Alley Cox makes the catch right there. And a first down. An injury update on George Kittle. It's an ankle injury for George Kittle. He's questionable to return. So hopefully Kittle's okay. But a huge game today. 7 catches for a season high 115 and a touchdown. Kittle testing out that ankle over on the sideline. And speaking of injuries, the 49ers with another injury on the defensive side of the ball. But he's able to go jogging off the field, so glad to see he's okay. Tatum Bethune in his 2nd season. The injured player here. 6'1", 230 to Florida State. And he gets replaced by Eric Kendricks. He was elevated from the practice squad today in his 11th year in the NFL. Pretty good player in his prime with the Vikings. So 2nd and 2. Rivers throws outside. It's caught by Pittman, who slips and is then taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a tough one right there. I just realized the ball marker is still at the 49ers. Plus beat the Colts. But it was a tough one right there for Pittman. Slipping right there. So 3rd and 3. Handoff here. Taylor up middle. I think he got that. It's going to be very close. Let's see if he moves to 6. And they are going to give it to him. So first down Colts as Taylor gains 3. And a first down for the Colts. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Potentially the final play of the quarter upcoming right here. Taylor today running football, 13 carries, 38 yards, a 2.9 attempt. Not very good. So Rivers under center. Taylor is the back. From the 43-yard line, they'll go back to the ground. Taylor breaks one tackle, but then is thrown down after getting just a yard. Mustafa makes the play, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So at the end of the quarter, the 49ers lead the Colts 34-20. And the streak of points in a quarter continues for the 49ers as they put up 10 in that quarter. And the streak for the Colts of not allowing a 3rd quarter touchdown comes to an end, as they allowed a touchdown for the 49ers on their first drive of the quarter. And it ended at 7 games for the Colts. I'm going to go get tissue. I'll be right back. Alright. But we still have for them to come back from commercial. A 34-20 game entering the 4th quarter. Colts with the football on about the 40-ish yard line. Let's see. Phillip Rivers, 200 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, they got the ball on the 49er 42. Brock Purdy's thrown for 248 and 4 touchdowns. That ties a career high for Purdy. Brock Purdy responsible for all 4 touchdowns for the 49ers. But from the 42-yard line, it's a 2nd and 9 for the Colts. Rivers in shotgun back to his left. Josh Downs goes across the formation. And Rivers looks to throw against the blitz. Rivers hit as he throws, but makes an accurate throw downfield to Tyler Warren, who's knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A nice throw and catch. Rivers able to stand in the pocket under pressure and deliver an accurate throw. $19 yards right there. And a first down to the 23-yard line. I think I call that the 28-yard line. But it's a 23-yard line with the ball is spotted. After a nice play for the Colts, 19 yards. And Rivers to throw. Underneath, gets rid of it quickly. There's Warren again. A gain of 8 on the play. Down to the 15-yard line. Brings up second and short. Warren, pretty quiet game for his standards. A great rookie season. 3 catches, 30 yards on 7 targets. So Rivers looking his way a lot, just not necessarily catching the ball consistently. Taylor gets the carry here to the left side, bouncing off defenders and breaking a tackle. Lunging down to the 8-yard line and a first down. With first and goal here. Ten-play, 56-yard drive so far. 5:20 has come off the clock. So first and goal from the 9. Rivers, play action, rolling right. Throw is flat, caught. Mo Alley Cox makes the catch, and he's down short of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Brings up second and goal. Touchdown here would go a long way. Getting right back in the game. Making a 7-point game. Now, you would need the offense to... No, sorry, the defense got to stop, which is something they have not done in this game. But a touchdown is pretty much a must in this drive. Rivers on this drive, 6 for 6, 46 yards. This is second goal from the 1. Rivers in shotgun. Taylor gets the carry straight up the middle. Taylor into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. Jonathan Taylor into the end zone for the first time today. The Colts have cut it to a one-score game, as it is 34-26, about to be 27, after the extra point. But Taylor, a pretty quiet game for him, but he's able to find the end zone for his 17th rushing score of the season. And the extra point, good, make it 34-27. 49ers still lead, but their lead cut in half from 14-7 after a nice drive for the Colts early into the fourth quarter. 12 plays, 65 yards, 6:21 off the clock. And now a 7-point game. Now the Colts, they do need their defense to get a stop here, which is something they have not done, like, at all. But we'll see if they can do it here. But the 49ers, they've had very little resistance offensively. The drives for the 49ers have gone touchdown, 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 field goal. Missed field goals was 64 yards before halftime. Then touchdown, field goal, and this is going to be their next drive. So, I mean, they've scored every drive that hasn't ended a half. It has been really, really good. A turnover really might be the best bet right now for the Colts, because with the way they're playing, they're not going to stop them from going down the field. A turnover really might be their best bet. So they're back from commercial. A 7-point game. So the kick is away towards the sideline. Going to be caught by Moore, even though I'm pretty sure that was going out of bounds. Moore to break a tackle, and he'll get to the 30 before he's taken down. So 1st and 10 here for the 49ers. 12:35 to go in the fourth quarter. So 1st and 10. They fake it here to Bourne in the jet sweep. Throw over the middle to Jennings for another first down. 15 yards on the first play of the drive. And the 49ers just continue to move the ball pretty much at will. They give him 17 yards there on first down. So 1st and 10 from the 47. Purdy hands off, McCaffrey up the middle, and McCaffrey going to gain 4, maybe 5 yards. McCaffrey today has run it 16 times for 90 yards. That's 5.6 yards a carry. Might be one of the most efficient games he's had of the season. Because on the year, I believe he was under 4 yards a carry. McCaffrey gets it here, his 17th carry, as he tosses to the right side. And he's out of bounds after a gain of nearly 5. Yeah, they're going to give him 4 to make it 3rd and 1. $11 minutes to go. 3rd and short. Purdy under center. Juszczyk to back. Juszczyk, then McCaffrey behind him. They hand it off. McCaffrey left side. McCaffrey inside the 30. Stiff arms guy out of bounds at the 20-yard line. One of McCaffrey's longest runs of the season. About 20 yards and a first down. That actually might be his longest run of the year. About 22 yards, 23 yards right there. And that is probably his... Yeah, that's the season-long run for McCaffrey, 24 yards. He's up to 135 total yards. 118 rushing, 17 receiving. And he's also got a receiving touchdown. Here's Brian Robinson up the middle for a yard. As we're now under 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So 2nd and 9. But just pulled up McCaffrey's numbers on the year. 3.6 yards a carry on the season. And the 49ers are going to call a timeout here. Purdy can't hear the play. But McCaffrey having a nice game so far. His season best is 129 against the Falcons. This is just his 3rd game with 100 yards rushing. He's had 2 against the Falcons and Giants. 129 against the Falcons, 106 against the Giants. His best games in terms of yards per carry, 5.4 against the Falcons, 6.2 against the Cardinals, where he went 13 for 81 and 2 touchdowns. So 2nd and 9. Purdy looks to throw. Throws outside. What a wait on the throw. And it's incomplete. Looking for Brian Robinson in the flat. So 3rd and 9. 9:14 to go in the 4th quarter. 7-point game. Colts really need to hold him to 3 right here. So Purdy and shotgun back to his left. That's McCaffrey. 3rd and 9 from the 20. Really more like 3rd and 10. Purdy throws middle. Caught. First down, Juwan Jennings. Gain of 12 and they move the sticks. 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Another 3rd down conversion for the 49ers. Man, this Colts defense does not look good. So 1st and goal from the 8-yard line here. Purdy under center. Jennings comes in motion. Toss McCaffrey. Up the middle, bounces off one defender, and then tries the second effort, but he's going to lose a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. George Kittle still not on the field for the 49ers. He's questionable with an ankle injury. Tonight, the 49ers converting 63% of their 3rd downs. They've been over 60 each of the last 3 games. That's really good. 2nd and goal. Purdy looks to throw. Plenty of time. Now he gets pressured. Purdy rolling right, on the run, buying time. Purdy directs traffic. Throws. End zone. Caught. Was he in bounds? No. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and goal. Oh, wait a minute. I think he's in. His left foot's down. His right foot, I think, is down. Oh, boy. I think that's a touchdown. I mean, this is really tight. They're not going to take a look at it. They snap the ball here on 3rd down. Purdy throws. End zone. Touchdown. This time they're in for sure. McCaffrey with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. And the 49ers have hit 40. It's the 5th touchdown pass of the day for Brock Purdy, which is a new career high. McCaffrey, his 2nd receiving touchdown. And they're about to go up by 14 again. 41-27 with 7:37 to go. Ten plays, 70 yards, 5:04 off the clock. And it's now 41-27. We got 7:37 to go in the 4th quarter. Man, what a performance for this 49ers offense. They continue to score on every single drive. Brock Purdy now 5 touchdown passes, 285 yards. And they've also run for 148. McCaffrey's 117 of them. The offense for the 49ers, 433 total yards, 7.5 yards per play. They're moving the ball at an extremely high level. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. The Colts will get the ball back. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Colts really need their defense to get a stop. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. A 14-point lead for the 49ers. 7:37 to go. I mean, this might sound crazy, but if you're the Colts, you might have to consider going onside kick. If you score another touchdown here. Because one, you need the ball back again. And even if there's still a lot of time, it might make the most sense. Because if you go onside kick, you either get the ball back, or you give them the ball with closer. And I mean, they're going to score anyway, so it just gets it over faster. So you can get the ball back and have another chance non-side kick. It might make sense. I don't know if they'll do it, but something to think about if they score a touchdown on this drive. They got space in the return. Oh, it might be on the return. Amir Abdullah inside 49er territory. And he gets all the way to the 30. Or sorry, this is Tyler Goodson. But a flag comes down. He was taken down at the 41-yard line of the 49ers. But this one's probably going to come back. Man, this would be a huge penalty. Wipe off a massive return. So we got two penalties. A hold against the offense. A hold against the Colts. Actually, two holding calls against the Colts. One is declined, one is accepted. But it was a huge return for Goodson, but because half the team was holding him. Philip Rivers not too pleased with that. As after the big return, they're now starting at the 20-yard line. As opposed to a 40-yard difference at the 49ers' 41. But we're halfway through the fourth quarter. A 14-point game. Rivers looks to throw. Rivers, pressure, ball came out, he fumbled. The defender does not realize it. The ball is still free. I think the Colts were able to get this back like the 5-yard line. So they do get it back. It's 2nd and a mile here. As the ball is now on the 5-yard line. The guy who was sacking Rivers had no idea he forced a fumble. But luckily, other guys in the Colts are aware. And they're able to get it back. So it is now 2nd and 25. After the fumble, Rivers throws that is tight window broken up, trying to get it to Warren in the middle of 3 defenders. But it's incomplete. It's 3rd and 25. Really need to convert right here, being down 14 with 6.5 minutes left. But it's 3rd and 25. Definitely not going to be easy. Rivers looks to throw. Steps up, just lets it go deep down the field, and the pass is incomplete. A diving attempt at it for Josh Downs, but he can't quite come up with it, and it's 4th and 25. I mean, Rivers ends up throwing this a little bit too far, but Downs has a chance. But it's now 4th and 25. And it's going to be a punt here for the Colts. Sanchez standing in the very back of his own end zone. And he's able to get it away cleanly. And Sky Moore fields it at the 48. Moore on the return is going to break a tackle to the 43-yard line. He takes it. So it'll be great starting field position for the 49ers, looking to add to their lead. Already up 41-27. Can potentially go hit 48 on this drive, and potentially 50, depending on the way the rest of the game plays out. But Purdy and the offense get the football back here. A 14-point game, not looking very good for the Colts at the moment. Gotta force some kind of turnover. Pick 6 would be great. Philip Rivers letting the refs know about something. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Toss to McCaffrey. He's going to spin away from the first defender. Or kind of away from him. And he's taken down after getting a yard. The 49ers even punt. No, they've scored on every drive. Well, excluding the missed field goal at the end of the half. But they have scored on every drive. They have not punted in almost 20 straight drives, going back to last week. But it's 2nd and 9 here, 5:45 to go. Purdy, play action, who look to throw. Purdy rolling right, on the run, he throws underneath. That pass is going to be caught by McCaffrey, and he gains 3. 5:30 to go in the game. Oh, here we go. The 49ers on their last 19 drives. 10 touchdowns, 6 field goals, 0 punts. Their last punt was November 30th when they played at the Browns. That is a long time ago. That's crazy. I wonder what the record is for most drives without a punt. But it's 3rd and 6 here. Purdy looks to throw. Throws outside, and it's caught for a first down. A gain of 7. And they move the sticks. Looks like George Kittle's day might be over with an ankle injury. But he still had a huge game. 7 for 115 and a touchdown. But 1st and 10 here for the 49ers. Purdy under center. Handoff. McCaffrey to the left side. And he's going nowhere. Lost a yard, maybe 2. And it brings up 2nd and long. And the Colts call their first timeout with 4:47 to go in the 4th quarter. So we got 4:47 to go in the fourth quarter. A 14-point game, 41-27. The 2nd and 11 for the 49ers. And Purdy going to look to throw here. Throw over the middle is too high and intercepted. The Colts got the turnover they need. And now on the return here, they're going to bring it back to the 29-yard line. But Purdy gets picked. He throws a little bit too high. It goes off the hands of Kendrick Bourne. And the Colts get the turnover they need. Cam Bynum with the interception. And that is just what they needed. Wow. So they're not out of it yet. Purdy's been so good all day. I mean, this one's a little bit too high, but should probably be caught. But Kendrick Bourne can't catch it, and Bynum right there to pick it off. So Rivers looks to throw, and he throws underneath for Michael Pittman. And Pittman gains 8 on the play, maybe 9. 4.5 minutes to go. If you are the Colts, you do have to go pretty quick, because you're down by 14 with 4:20 to go. So Rivers looks to throw. Throws down the sideline. Call Pierce again. Alec Pierce inside the 30 down to the 29, dragging a defender with him. And a first down for the Colts. That's a big play. They can sure use that again. Alec Pierce with 2 touchdowns already. A nice one right there. Alec Pierce 4 for 86 and 2 touchdowns. 3:42 to go. Rivers thrown for 277 and 2 touchdowns. Rivers throws underneath. Intercepted! Picked off by D. Winters. That's going to be a pick 6. And that will seal it. Touchdown 49ers. Rivers trying to fit it into a tight window. He gets picked off. And the 49ers got a game-sealing pick 6. 75-yard touchdown on the pick 6 for D. Winters and the 49ers. And they're about to be up 48-27. But the Colts, they got the turnover they needed to start to move the football downfield. But then Rivers throws it right back. Just throws it too far inside. Or technically outside. For Tyler Warren. But the 49ers with a pick 6. About to go up by 21. And that'll seal the win. And the extra point good. 48-27. 49ers lead the Colts. I mean, a pretty good effort for the Colts offense, but man, this defense is terrible. Although, obviously, you can't put that one on the defense. They forced the turnover, gave them a chance, but the defense still allowed 41 points if you're not including the pick 6. But the Colts will get it back, down 21, 3:26 to go. Definitely did not expect this game to be a shootout. But it's become very high scoring. And this 49ers offense playing really well. And it looks like they're peaking at the right time. Down the stretch of the season. The kick gets blasted through the end zone for a touchback. And comes out to the 35. So the Colts get it back at the 35. And we got Riley Leonard into the game at quarterback here. Rivers, his night is done. And Leonard tosses it to the right side for Tyler Goodson, who's going to find 6 yards. Leonard played a little bit against the Jaguars after Daniel Jones got hurt. Played actually pretty well. Was the 189th overall pick out of Notre Dame. Such an easy guy to root for. I had a ton of fun watching him last year at Notre Dame. But 2nd and 4 here. Leonard in shotgun. Another handoff. And Goodson, a gain of 3. I mean, they're probably just going to let Leonard hand it off nonstop. So 3rd and 1. Another toss play here. Goodson to the left side. And Goodson, no gain. Maybe even lost a yard. And that also brings us to the 2-minute warning. But it is 4th and 1 for the Colts. We'll have to see what they do on 4th down. But we reached the 2-minute warning here. The 49ers up 21 as they lead 48-27 in what has been a pretty entertaining game. Hold on 1 second. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Final score most likely going to be 48-27, unless something big happens. But it's now going to be back-to-back games without punting for the 49ers, as they didn't punt last week. They didn't punt today. And their last punt will have come against the Browns on November 30th, which was a long time ago. They punted on the first drive of the 4th quarter right there. Although they ended up getting the punt back because the Browns muffed it. So 48-27. We got 2 minutes to go. The Colts got the offense out there. They'll go for it here. On 4th and 1. Why not? Leonard going to look to throw here on 4th down. Throws over the middle. It is a little bit behind the receiver and incomplete. got dropped. Could have been a better throw, too. And it's fourth down. It's a turnover on downs. And the 49ers will take over. The Colts had a 98% chance to make the playoffs in Week 8. But tonight they're down to just 5%. And it looks like that's going to get even lower after the loss. Because now one win for the Texans or one loss for the Colts does it. Although I think they actually play each other next week. Or maybe they play the Jaguars and the Texans. I don't remember. But they played both those teams at the end of the year. So really tough schedule. Final 2 games for the Colts. The Colts, they were 8-2 going into the bye week. And since then they're 0-4. That's be 0-5. But Mac Jones into the game here for the 49ers. That's something I never understood. Why do you put your backup quarterback and kneel the ball down? What do you think? Your starter's going to go tear an ACL? Taking a knee? I'm not really sure. That's something that doesn't make any sense. But another kneel down for Mac Jones. The final score is going to be 48-27. The 49ers move up to 11-4. And they control their own destiny in the NFC. Them and the Seahawks. Because they play each other in Week 18. Now, neither team is a guaranteed win next week. The 49ers play the Bears. The Seahawks play the Panthers. So, 2 pretty solid teams. But if they win next week, they both control their own destiny in Week 18. And the winner of that game in Week 18 between Seahawks and 49ers in San Francisco will not only win the NFC West, but also get the top seed in the NFC. It's really crazy that the 49ers are actually this good, considering all the injuries they've had. Like, I feel like when you talk with the elite teams, you don't say the 49ers, but they can really be the 1 seed in the NFC. Like, right now they have the 6 seed. Although, they might, hold on. I think the first tiebreaker in conference is conference win percentage. And the 49ers are now going to be 9-2 in the conference. The Rams are only 6-4. So the 49ers might actually have the 5 seed. Let's look at the tiebreakers real quick. Alright, we're not looking for within division. Tiebreak for a wild card team. Okay. So if they're from the same division, we apply divisional tiebreakers. So if it's 2 teams, head-to-head, so if they split, that wouldn't matter. So then it does go to divisional tiebreaker, which would mean the Rams would have the advantage. Actually, not necessarily. Right now, the 49ers are going to jump up to the 5 seed. The Rams will fall to the 6 seed. Because the 49ers with the better divisional record right now and conference record. So as soon as this updates and puts the 49ers at 11-4, they should be the 5 seed. The Rams will be the 6 seed. But it is going to be a wild playoff race. And then for the Colts, I mean, this loss doesn't necessarily eliminate them, but it almost does. Because they're now 8-7. They need the Texans to lose out and them to win out, with wins over the Jaguars and Texans. If they want a chance to make the playoffs. Thank you. Have a fantastic Christmas. Thank you. You too. Alright, but that is where I'm going to end today's stream, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a lot of content on the way. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all you guys watching. But thank you guys for watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you guys in the next video.